Welcome to this explainer, everyone. Today we're diving deep into Solana. For years it's proudly called itself the ultimate Ethereum killer. But man, what a wild roller coaster ride it's been, right? We're going to map out its entire evolution from basically acting as a hyped up, speculative casino all the way to where it sits right now in 2026 as a maturing technology network.
So let's just get right down to it. Is SOL actually a smart bet in 2026? We're going to unpack whether this blockchain of absolute extremes, and I mean extremes, we're talking debilitating network outages on one hand and dizzying, euphoric highs on the other, really presents a high reward or just a massive risk for those of you sitting on the sidelines right now.
Section 1. Origins of Solana. How it all started.
Looking back, it's been a truly blistering evolution. The whole thing kicks off with Anatoly Yakovenko's white paper back in 2017, which paved the way for its official mainnet and Coinbase launch in March of 2020. Fast forward a bit and boom, it absolutely skyrockets to this euphoric peak in January 2025. But, well, that brings us crashing into today's sobering reality check here in May of 2026.
Now, the entire foundation of that timeline rests on one core concept: proof of history. Unlike Ethereum, which, let's be honest, historically struggled with massive network congestion and those crazy astronomical gas fees, Solana was built from the ground up on this totally unique timekeeping technique. The vision was pure throughput. It was literally designed to effortlessly process tens of thousands of transactions per second. That made it the perfect home for decentralized finance, gaming, and microtransactions, all without even breaking a sweat.
Section 2. The meme coin hangover. The inevitable crash. You see, the story of 2024 and early 2025 wasn't actually about complex decentralized finance or gaming tech. No, it was dominated by one overwhelming narrative. Because it was so incredibly cheap and lightning fast to launch and trade tokens on Solana, it became the undisputed king of the meme coin supercycle. We saw retail speculators, celebrities, and even politicians flooding the network to mint and trade these things. All that frantic on-chain activity drove the price of SOL up to a stunning all-time high of roughly $290 in January of 2025.
But of course, there's always a flip side to that kind of hype, right? The glaring problem with meme coins is their absolute lack of fundamental utility. By the end of 2024 and into 2025, that massive meme coin market, which, get this, was once valued at an astonishing $150 billion, completely imploded. Liquidity just dried up overnight, speculators abandoned ship, and demand for SOL just plummeted, bringing the price crashing all the way down to the $84 to $87 range by May 2026.
So what does that mean for us today? Well, it leaves us with a massive 71% hangover discount from that euphoric January top. It creates this really fascinating dynamic, actually. Investors who bought into the bear market depths of 2022 and 2023, they're still sitting on life-changing wealth. Meanwhile, the late retail investors who bought into the January 2025 hype are currently holding some seriously heavy bags.
Section 3. The 2026 bull case. Technological merits.
All right, let's shift gears and look at the upside. The absolute biggest catalyst for Solana right now is this massive consensus overhaul they're calling Alpenglow. It's currently in testnet, and this upgrade aims to actually replace that original proof of history system we talked about just a minute ago. The goal here? To cut finality times down to a blistering 115 milliseconds. If they can pull this off, this upgrade will cement Solana as the absolute fastest major layer 1 blockchain on Earth, completely outpacing newer rivals like Sui.
And beyond just raw speed, the user experience is still a huge selling point. Despite its past flaws, actually using Solana is honestly a joy compared to some of the bulkier networks out there. Transactions cost fractions of a cent and settle almost instantly, making it a premier destination for high-frequency trading. Plus, major financial institutions are definitely paying attention. As Wall Street continues to explore tokenizing real-world assets, this architecture is highly attractive to big institutional money.
Section 4. The 2026 bear case. Architectural flaws.
But we have to be completely impartial here. The bear case is heavily anchored by what is undeniably Solana's Achilles heel, its history of outages. Because the architecture prioritizes speed over absolute consistency, whenever the validators disagree, even slightly, the whole network just halts. Since 2020, it has completely crashed and gone totally dark, 7 times. 7. Add in the burned capital and lost momentum from their failed $999 Saga crypto phone, and you've got a blockchain carrying some pretty heavy historical baggage.
And those internal flaws? They compound into a massive external threat.
Think about it. When Solana first launched, Ethereum was slow and expensive. But today, that's just not the case anymore. Ethereum Layer 2 networks like Arbitrum, Optimism, and Base now offer speeds and fees that seriously rival Solana. But the kicker is, they come with the incredibly valuable, battle-tested security of the Ethereum base layer. Solana just isn't the only cheap, fast game in town anymore. And let's face it, institutional money inherently distrusts networks that have a habit of turning off.
Section 5. The final verdict. High risk, high reward.
So let's bring it all together. Here is the potential reward. Solana is no longer riding that artificial high of a meme coin frenzy. Sitting at roughly $85, it's heavily discounted right now. If that upcoming Alpenglow upgrade successfully solves the network's historical stability issues, and developers can actually prove this blockchain will run flawlessly without crashing, while the current price offers an excellent entry point. Under those specific conditions, the data suggests a very clear path back toward that $150 to $200 range.
But on the flip side, we have to look at the stark risk. If those network outages continue, or if the highly anticipated Alpenglow upgrade somehow fails to deliver on its promises, Solana genuinely risks losing its user base entirely. Newer, more reliable high-speed chains are literally waiting in the wings, ready to swoop in and take its crown.
Which leaves us with this final critical thought. As you watch these development milestones unfold over the coming months, ask yourself, can Solana's developers finally fix the stability issues and truly catch up to the hype, or will this network eventually go dark for good? Keep your eyes glued to that testnet data, because the next few months will absolutely decide Solana's ultimate fate. Thanks for joining me for this explainer, and I'll see you in the next one.
Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe this channel.